What is going on? This is Manafest. Welcome to the I'm a Fighter podcast. This is episode number 13.
It's too late, it's my fate, I can't turn around. There's no fear in the mirror to hold me down.
What's going on, fighters? Thanks for joining me today on another episode of the I'm a Fighter podcast, where we want to entertain, inspire, educate. And what a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. And let's just be honest, I got smashed today by the waves. I got twisted, I got twirled, I got flipped. I went out without my little booties on when it's like, because it's normally not that cold today, and I normally wear those little boots just to kind of keep your feet warm. And I didn't think I needed them, but I also wear them because I always get my feet cut up or by the rocks or just by the board, and I didn't wear them today, and I ended up just like, I don't think I waxed my board enough or whatever it was, but I was slipping off of it, and then the waves are just breaking a little faster, and I'm just not that good yet. And so I was just getting slammed and thrown. I got back into the van. My wife was just chilling there. And she's just like, yo, what happened to you, man? I'm like, yeah, I got tossed. And I ended up getting the board smashed gave me a Charlie horse. And then I got a cut on my shin. But it's funny because I went skating last night and I was just landing a whole bunch of tricks and getting all stoked. And just kind of sometimes I'll just skate around my block and do a bunch of different tricks and stuff. And just kind of, I don't know, I just love it. I really like skating. It's just so fun. It's so cool to be able to do something that you did as a kid and continue to do it. But the thing is with skating, I just wonder if I'm going to be able to do it as long as surfing. Because I know when I go surfing, I see like 60-year-olds and 70-year-olds, still surfing. But I don't know a lot of 60 and 70-year-olds skateboarding. It's a little tougher on the body when you hit the concrete as opposed to waves. So that's kind of why I was switching to surfing a little bit. But anyways, I am stoked to be able to be here in the studio and talk about this podcast. And what I want to talk about, how to handle the haters, man. How to handle the haters that are hating on your dream, hating on what you're doing, and just talking junk. But sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes they're just trolling on the internet and they have nothing better to do than to post something underneath your comment to discourage you. Like, I always wonder when people post something underneath something that I've said or one of my friends have said, it's like, okay, I'm just going to quit now, and I'm just not going to do this anymore because you really discouraged me. And even though people, have been really inspired by the music or the message and, have stopped or didn't commit suicide or just changed their life, but because you don't like it, I'm just going to stop. Like, what's the purpose, I wonder? What's like going through these people's head when they just are just malicious and vicious and just say these things just to kind of, I don't know if it's to get attention or they're going through something, but they just spew all this stuff. So how do you handle it? How do you deal with that? They're also the dream stealers is what I like to call them. They just want to just rat out on your dream and just discourage you and tear you down to make themselves feel better. Because most of the time when you're doing something great and you start to have any little bit of success or you're doing well, it puts a magnifying glass on other people's lives. And so all of a sudden they feel smaller. But it's the immature ones that can't celebrate with you, that can't be like, oh, that's awesome, man. They always have to like tear you down or take a strip out of you. And I don't get it. I really don't. I pray for those people and I just say, hey, I hope that you can find a better better way to handle life. And I hope you find God and love, because you're missing out, man. You're missing out on the joy and what life's all about. We're supposed to love and encourage people, So what do I do when I see stuff like that? I don't respond. I don't respond. If someone was to diss me, like some of these rapper dudes, they write these responses to the different, disses and stuff like that. That's the one thing I will never do. Second, I will never respond to someone on Facebook or whatever. If someone is actually hurt and I need to handle something and personally explain something, that's one thing. But to stir up commotion and stir up this big argument and online, it's just pages and pages and pages of stuff, I don't get involved in that, And the reason is number two, which one I want to talk about here, is because I'm too focused. I'm too excited about life and the mission and what God's called me to do and to make a difference. And if you're really passionate about whatever it is that you're doing, and, I believe that we're on assignment. Whatever it is that you're called to do here, you're here to do something great, to impact people's lives, however that is. If we're really focused and excited, we don't have time. Why am I going to take time out to stop and look at other person's, stuff that they're speaking, junk they're saying, to stop doing what God's called me to do in my dream, to just deal with these people that are just kind of crazy and just trolling on the internet? You're too excited. You're too inspired. But let's be honest, sometimes it is annoying, and you sometimes do brush across these comments. It's like, how do you deal with that? Because I'll be honest, sometimes I will read something, or something will catch my eye, and I'll just be like, man, why did they say that? Because sometimes out of the hundreds of compliments, you get those two people out there that just, tear you down. And sometimes it's so easy to focus on those two little negative comments when you got hundreds or tons, dozens of other people that love what you're doing. And again, all I can say is don't focus on it. Brush the dirt off your shoulders, keep going forward, and don't even waste time with it. Don't even look at it. You got to ignore it, and you got to almost train yourself to stay focused on your dream and passionate about it. And that's what I've always said to other artists and stuff that are, putting their music out there, or you're just putting out anything. Maybe you're trying to share something, or you're speaking on stage, or you're just, maybe you're building a product, or you're creating artwork or clothes. As artists, as entrepreneurs, as business people, as just doing anything that matters, you are really putting yourself out there to be judged, to be criticized. And unfortunately, that's just part of it. And sometimes I got to say to myself, man, there's things I want to do, and it's like, stop being a wuss and just do it. You're going to get criticized. That's part of it. The only way you're not going to get criticized if you say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. The people that aren't getting criticized or anything, they're probably not having a huge impact. They're not doing something on a grander scale. And I'm not saying, if you're listening to this, if you're not getting criticized, you're not doing anything great with your life. That's not what I'm meaning. But what I'm saying is just like, by getting out there and making yourself vulnerable, there is going to be criticism. And that's just a part of it. But what did Mark Twain say? He said if criticism had any power at all, the skunk would have been extinct years ago. We just got to ignore that stuff and realize that there's some people that are just mean, and some people just say things on the internet that they would never say to you in person. And sometimes it can come off so harsh, or it can come off in a way when it's really not that big of a deal, or they didn't mean it that way. And, I just want to encourage you out there, man. Understand, before you step out and do something, it's going to happen. You are just going to get some haters. They're going to troll, they're going to say things, and you just don't even respond. Understand that out of the hundreds, look at just focus on the people that are getting impacted, that you are making a difference on, and focus on the people that want to be supporters, not dream killers. And then again, number 3, you are just so focused, you are so excited, and you're so jazzed up about your dream, your work, your job, that you don't even got time, man, because you got too much stuff to do, man. There's too much good stuff that needs to get done, that needs your attention. And I'm reading a book right now. I bought it at an antique shop. It's by Norman Vincent Peale. It's called Enthusiasm Makes the Difference. And there's a quote in there that I really liked, that he said, "I would rather that my spark would burn out in brilliant blaze than be stifled by dry rot." And what I get from that is just like, I would rather just go out in a blaze of glory and burn out brightly and brilliant than just to be stifled by dry rot, by not doing anything, by just sitting there and stifling. And I hope that inspires you to burn bright, let your dream burn, let your life burn, and be a bright symbol of hope and encouragement to people wherever you are. When you walk into a room, just light it up and be that spark. I'll never forget on tour, sometimes we'd be so tired, and sometimes, especially once you're a week or two in and you've been driving through the night, whenever I'd walk into the green room, of other bands, I just always wanted to smile. I just wanted to be like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? And just breathe that light and encouragement. Just be that person to be like, to hang around with. You know what I mean? That's just like stoked on stuff, even if you don't feel like it. And sometimes that's what we need. You need to just have that enthusiasm no matter what. And that's what I'm learning from this book here, is just that it's like, you got to choose. within the first 2 to 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning, how you're going to live your life. Are you going to, be grumpy? I've definitely woken up grumpy, and it's just like, it's like I literally woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But right away, fill myself up with something positive, with God's word, with something just encouraging that's going to inspire me, a good thought, so I can look on the day with a good outlook, and look at the positive things. Look at the glass, half full and not half empty. Wow, what a difference that makes to start your day, and just to kind of get focused on what you're looking at through the day, having that enthusiasm. I know someone else has this in their office, it says get enthusiastic within the next 10 seconds or get out. And sometimes that's what we want, man. You want to be enthusiastic. Who wants to be around someone that's always just like, yeah, I guess I have to do that, and I guess, whatever. I know no one listening to this podcast is like that. They're always just hyper and excited, just loving life and always positive, always saying good things. I wish I was always like that. Sometimes I do catch myself getting negative, but then my wife will be like, hey, you're getting a little negative there, and I'll be like, okay, I got to get right back on. But hey, I hope this podcast is continuing to inspire you guys. I hope it's just that fuel, whether you're listening to me in your car, whether you're working out, whether you're chilling, or just, making some food. I listen to podcasts when I'm making dinner sometimes. But, hey, if you can let me know what you think of this podcast by rating it on iTunes, leaving a comment, that helps me out so much and helps get the message more exposed so people can find this podcast. And it goes higher up in the rankings and stuff. So if you could leave a review or a comment, that would be so awesome. And I am still working on the new record at the moment. I worked with Adam Messenger the other day. And we came up with a really good song, man. We should have already released music, but because we had these new songs, we had to push it back, and we had to finish them because I want to make sure I'm putting out the best song first. Like, I'm happy with the whole record. I could have released stuff, but I'm being really picky. It's been, I think, 2 years since I've released a new record. We did release 2 songs since Fighter. We released Overboard and California Christmas, but a full album, it's been a while, and it's just really important to just... When I see a new band that hasn't released something in a while and they release their first song and it's not amazing, sometimes I'm just like, oh, well, what's the rest of the record sound like? And so I always think it's important to put your best foot forward and release something awesome. And we've got some dope songs. Like, I'm so happy with this record. Like, the whole goal is always to be like, all killer, no filler, and sometimes you can get lazy and you don't put, your full 100% into it. And, not what we've done. We've put 100% into it and trying to go big or go home. And if you haven't pre-ordered that record yet, go to manafest.net and there is a link for $10. You can get the new record, you get the Avalanche EP, you get the Fighter audiobook and ebook, and there also is going to be more bonuses coming soon. So definitely check that out and let me know what you think and hit me up. We got a bunch of shows coming up. First show is in April in California. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. The song I want to play for you guys right now is called Kick It.
Choice, noises chilling, I've been given a voice.